we worked round the clock. We worked like mad. So once I had gotten the approval, it took me 2 years after getting the approval to prepare the ground. First of all, I had to actually before I got the approval, I had actually imported some rides. So some rides were already on ground. The family coaster was there. The indoor play structure were there. They were on ground. We had imported this thing. So that's why I told you, if I had not gotten that approval, I probably would have run mad because I had sucked so much. And I know, like you said, there are some businesses, some people may not have been as lucky as I am. I know there's some businesses operating today in Nigeria without the appropriate approval. But in a business like what I'm doing, if you don't have that approval, you're not going to be able to raise funds. You're not going to attract the right partners. Banks will not support you. So I needed that approval, and without it, I wasn't going to move forward. So I haven't got that. It took me 2 years. We worked around the clock to open our doors to business December 1, 2012.
Now, what we saw at the park today is exceptional. It's peak period. Now, tell me how you manage in between peaks. What do you do?
The funny thing is that as soon as we opened our doors for business, our proper amusement park that was dead, somebody acquired it and is up down. So everybody wanted to start doing an amusement park. Before you knew it, somebody set up one somewhere along about the Lagos about the expressway, sunk in huge sums of money, and is there. And I'm sure that some other people somewhere are trying to start an amusement park business. It's not a cake of fish. It's not a bottle of whatever. However you people put it, it's not a kettle of fish. Okay, it's very seasonal. Luckily enough, and because I had a foresight, Lekki was the place to be. Lekki is a blend of the young, upwardly mobile, who are a bit trendy, and so once we opened our doors for business, before you knew it, it became fashionable to have your birthdays in Dreamworld, Africana. So the birthday business took off like a rocket. So that was the first experience we learned. So it became the place to have, that exciting birthday for your child. It became the place to go out in churches. Suddenly realized, why do we have to go to the beach? Look, we can go to Dreamworld. The environment is safe. They have good rides. It became the place to go out, to take your family out for an evening out. And so it also modified our own direction. The overall vision did not change, but how to get there now began to be modified. And I will say again, it was fortunate that I didn't have all the money I wanted. I had planned to spend at once. I didn't have all that money. I got it in bits. So, having gotten it in bits, as my plans modified, I wasn't able to redirect the funds into the appropriate place. If I had that money, I would have put it in the wrong things, and I've had what we call a white elephant project, which was the problem you have with quite a number of projects.
So in the light of seeking finance to run this business, what is the bank of industry to you?
Like I said, I had then 10 acres of land. Because of the vision I had scoped the vision I had in this 10 acres. The money I had, the startup business, fitted into every field with just 3 acres. The 7 acres was completely fallow. It was a swamp, bush. We partitioned it off with bamboo and all that. If you came there 3 years ago, we had bamboo, fence, partition, but if you open it, you will see swamp. So I needed to go beyond just that. And I needed to do that quickly because suddenly competition was coming in. Suddenly our papa was open. Suddenly somebody went to the bush in Lagos Ibadan Expressway and sunk billions of naira and opened an amusement park. So I needed to expand. I needed to do that very quickly. Without that, again, I will be almost like a sitting duck, what they call a sitting duck. For the competition, I'll be dead. And so, the Bank of Industry was a godsend.
Was it difficult convincing the Bank of Industry that this business was going to work, given the fact that there were no leisure centers in Lagos at the time you started?
Sometimes I don't know why I was the one that succeeded where some have failed. I just don't know. To be honest, I didn't have a hard time. The Bank of Industry, I will say this, and I will say this, it's all, if you look at my background, I am a very critical person. I worked at nursing consulting, one of the most critical business consultants you could ever engage on. The moment I stepped into Bank of Industry, there was something different. It was not like the typical bank. They were working like private, as if it was a private business. And they were critical in examining, looking at your books. But because of my experience, because of my background, I was always one step ahead of them. I knew the questions they will ask, and I had the answers right there. So when they ask for this, I will answer and then bring out the answer to the next question because of my own background. So it wasn't difficult. So once they bought it, to tell you the truth, they supported it, and they put their best resources in terms of people to work with me, which is again why I seem to have succeeded.
Have you recouped your money?
Recouped? We are still investing. We are still sowing. I'm telling you that. Look, in 2004 we did what we call the open door. We had a few rides. Okay, now to tell you a story about that, we got some money from Bank of Industry, but because of the scope of the project, I needed more money than what Bank of Industry gave me. So what I did, I said, look, I have 10 acres of land. If I were to develop that 10 acres, I will need 10 times what Bank of Industry gave me. But because I need to quickly move and start paying back the loan, I need to move fast. So I convinced my board, we sold part of the land to add to what BOI gave me, and then we were just about to open the second phase.
Have you had to run to any other bank?
I had to several banks, but none of them came to the table. Yeah, that's the problem with Nigerian banks. Okay? That is the problem with Nigerian banks. Okay? I don't know how they end up giving loans to, I don't know what criteria, I don't know why. I don't know how they end up. Okay, but maybe if you're not in the oil and gas, if you don't have ready vessels, or if you don't have somebody somewhere who will help you do this, I don't know. But none of them came to the table. Only the Bank of Industry has come to the table.
What socio-political factors threaten this business?
Once Nigeria began to democratize, okay, which came out of my vision 2010. Okay, once Nigeria democratized, okay, the leisure business was going to grow. Okay, now the only thing that can threaten that is if somehow the democratization process is truncated. That's the only thing that would threaten that. If Nigeria were to implode, in that case, it's not just Dreamworld, everybody will be running healthcare. But as long as Nigeria is, yes, the economy, along the way, the crash in oil prices have made things a bit tougher. But there was, out of how many are we? 120 million Nigerians. Lagos a population of 12-15 million. Lekki a population of got how many nodes? There will still be a sizable population that, with the leisure business, you're playing with the people who have disposable income, people who have who have gotten a basic thing. They have been able to feed, food themselves, send their children to school, and they have a little money to entertain themselves. That's where you're playing at, okay, which is where the location, it has to be Lekki. I wouldn't put my money anywhere else in Lagos or amusement park.
Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
You heard my guest. It took 8 long years of planning, hard work, and pursuit of the vision before Dreamworld Africana opened its gates for the first time for fun seekers. Certain things just take time. Well, that's all on the show today. Contact the Bank of Industry through any of their outlets nationwide. Otherwise, visit their website at boi.ng. You can also apply for a loan online, and all you have to do is download the BOI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store. You can also tweet at me at KAY Alayande for more information. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye-bye.